Alright, hello friends, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and welcome to another nightly live stream. Gonna be streaming until 7, and I have a new video dropping at 7, so about 2 hours from now. Playing a solo self-found character. If you haven't been following along, should be some replays for that. Currently, I am a Berserker. Gonna be a Berserker. Gonna continue being a Berserker. I'm gonna play a dual-wield sword Berserker, and yeah, solo self-found. Oreo McFury, not to be confused with a delicious Oreo McFlurry. And yeah, we upgraded our gear last time. We got most of our resistances sorted out. I believe we'll have them pretty much sorted out once we grab some stuff here, but yeah, we are good to go. Got damage, got down here, got the dual wield stuff, got some sword range, gonna pick up Soul of Steel, and hopefully that should pretty much cover us. We're looking for some gear upgrades, maybe looking to... Our progress so far is in Act 6. Hopefully we'll get a little bit farther. I'm hoping for Act 8 or 9 by the end of this one, but yeah, let's get going. Let's get started. I have a shiny new stream overlay. Don't know if it's the final form, but I'll be testing this stream overlay here. I should really pick up Blood Flurry at some point, but I'm not 100% confident. We are missing our Pride Aura. Missing a good amount of damage there. And let's get going. Let's do some progression. I've downloaded a few new songs, so you're going to hear some of the same songs, but hopefully be hearing a little bit more of a variety. I think I'll be adding 2 or 3 new video game remix songs per day. I have a new chat overlay once we get some people in chat. And yeah, should be transparent now without having to set up, you know, a big ugly white box. But we are a go. Hopefully. I guess I haven't actually checked to make sure. Okay, the stream is live. Everything is good to go. Gonna go kill Brutus Mach 2 here shortly. Probably can skip most of the mobs around here except for the I'll probably kill the rares, kill the blues, kill enough to... I'm gonna take that silver flask. Kill all the blue packs, kill all the yellow packs. Alright. And we'll try to make sure that we do our legions. I like to pick up extra quicksilvers and that kind of thing for other characters, so I don't have to swap around flasks if I decide to make another character on solo self-found, which I very well may. I'm going to be doing the video I'm releasing tonight is going to be on how to get a 6-link. And a couple of different methods. It is shorter than my videos that I traditionally do, I guess, but it is a lot more edited, so I would appreciate any feedback on that when I have that out, because I put way more effort into it. I actually scripted it and you know, went through a lot more of an editing process for it. Not something I traditionally do a lot of. I like to do, generally speaking, low effort videos, but I'll try to do a little bit more high effort videos in the future here. I'm working on a lot of different things, so now that I have a little bit more time, I'll be able to invest more time into upgrading my streaming and my YouTube videos, of course. So hope to get that going soon. And see, getting that Legion loot. It's not the best Legion farmer. I think as far as Legion farmers go, things I would recommend are, I think Essence Drain Contagion is obviously a really great choice, but as far as melee builds go, I actually think Frostblades is going to be really good. I plan on potentially swapping this character over to Frostblades in the end game. I have 6 Frostblades leveled up, or leveling up, so I can swap those over. Oh, looks like my chat overlay isn't working. Let me see if I can fix that. There you go. Hey, how's it going, Matt? Got an update for you from our last conversation. Yes, I would be interested in hearing about the elemental. So it's an elemental earthquake, or are we talking about? Yeah, you weren't talking about the fire cast while channeling firestorm, right? Or is that the same build? The Namahu's Flame? So we talked about a couple of different builds in chat yesterday, and or is this an elemental earthquake build? Because that is something I'd be very interested in hearing about. But I'm always down for hearing an update on builds. Especially ones, oh, hey, a little bit of lag. Whoa. I don't know. Whoa. Okay, check out that lag spike. Whew. Look at our 800 latency. Well, this is a good start. Hopefully the stream doesn't drop. If the stream does drop, I'll be back as soon as possible. Let me double check. Okay, still shows the stream as being green health, but it looks like I am going to be dropped probably from POE proper here. Well, let's get to a face cam here so I can try to log back in. That's a little bit weird. Elemental Earthquake Duelist with Bleed Ascendancy with Life Leech. Okay, so if you're doing Bleed, can you actually get the Bleed scaling with elemental damage? I feel like I might be a little bit ignorant on this, but to my knowledge, Bleed is physical scaling, isn't it? Alright, well, let's clear out our inventory while we're back, I suppose. Like, I know you can leech pretty easily with that, but how, with elemental scaling, how do you get the big bleeds? That's the thing I'm interested in. Ooh. Dwaydra's Elixir. We are going to need some wisdom scrolls, so I'm going to go ahead and sell some transmutes here. But yeah, it looks like we have some latency issues. I'm not sure if it's POE or if it's me, but it is one of those two things for sure. Causing a little bit of an issue, so we're going to have to backtrack a little bit here. Back. Ooh. Get some dank loot, get some Perandus coins. We should probably pick up the trial while we're here. Oh, I thought that was a a 5-link Spiny Maul. Can you Cyclone with Okay. I see. Yeah, I know you can make elemental damage poison, but I had never really heard of an elemental bleed build before, so I wasn't really sure how it would work. So you're only able to cause bleeds with elemental damage because of the Duelist Ascendancy. Gladiator, I believe, is the bleed one. Yeah, because I know you can make poisons with the Assassin Ascendancy, with elemental damage. Oops, keep jumping right into these. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, you can do some pretty interesting things with those kinds of setups. I know there's some crazy stuff you can do with like cast on crit Firestorm with poisons. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, if you want to comment on one of my videos or send me a PM. Actually, I don't know how to get PMs on YouTube anymore, but I would be interested in seeing the path of building. So if you want to, I don't have links enabled for non-moderators in chat, but if you wouldn't mind sending a link or leaving a comment on one of my videos with a link to POB, I would definitely want to check out the a bleed duelist or a bleed gladiator. That sounds pretty cool. Or an elemental earthquake bleed gladiator. Woo! I'm dead. Well, it's a good thing we're not playing hardcore. Man. My ability to read and pay attention to the game is very, very low. That's okay. Yeah, I walked right into that. No, we're just gonna ignore these guys. We're just gonna get out of there. Alright. So, nice little tip. That's our first death, though, which is probably not going to be our last death. Partially because we are playing a Berserker, and partially because, well, I'm live streaming, so my attention is pretty split. I have all of the respect in the world for the kinds of people who can live stream and play hardcore, because I do not think that would be possible for me. Oof. Get a nice unique there. Lots and lots and lots of uniques from all these guys. I'm not gonna spend all the time killing the whirly boy. Those things are very, very tanky, and we're on a 4-link. Not necessarily the most damage in the world. Alright. But yeah, got the new transparent stream overlay, got the, or new transparent chat overlay, got a new stream overlay. My girlfriend mocked this one up. We're gonna test it, see how it looks, and possibly update that if it gets in the way of anything. So if we tried to make it pretty minimalistic and also match the actual UI of the game so that it kind of blends in. So if yeah, anybody has any suggestions for the stream overlay, I'd be happy to hear them. Yeah, man. The whirling cages, the rare whirling cages were a pain already, but now that the health has been increased, it's really, really obnoxious. Play on Xbox One, don't have PC. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, because I have no idea how that would go down, to be honest. You could do your best to explain it, but we will have to see if I can grasp it, I guess, because it's not something I've theorycrafted or anything I've come across, so new territory for me. Alright, let's go wreck Brutus. Brutus probably has less health than this guy right here. Look at this guy. Extra life, life regen, cage boy, big problemo. Alright. But he's dead. We got enough damage for that. Yeah, we could get a lot more damage by just scaling some Impale here, but kind of like what we got going on. And if we're going to switch over to Frostblades, I'm not really sure that I want to invest and then have to spec out of Impale. Even just getting the Impale nodes I'm close to, like these ones right here, would pretty significantly boost the damage we do, but I definitely also want to make sure that we're getting up to Blade Master and Juggernaut and Barbarism for that extra damage and whatnot. Let's get our Soul of Steel. We're definitely going to need it. Hold gems such as Penetration, turn elemental... Okay. Oh. Tried to read that and there you go. Okay. Once we stick on him for a little bit, make sure we have our rage stacks up and pop Berserk. We get a good amount of damage on this. Take care of the books. And try to stay behind him a little bit because he shoots out right in a cone in front of you. You can do a lot of damage with those. So if you're playing Cyclone or pretty much anything, you just want to corner around the back of Brutus. He's very, very slow, very easy to outmaneuver. Nice and easy fight. Even on a 4-link. Alright, so we got that. Got our spell damage craft. Not going to be terribly useful for this. Got some energy drink going. So what I like to do here, if I don't feel like I have a ton of damage, is I ignore the skill point quest. Actually, I think we have sufficient damage to go get the skill point here. Normally I'll ignore it and just come back when I'm severely overgeared and overleveled for a lot of these later skill points, because they do seem a little bit overtuned, but I think we're fine, honestly. I think we have a significant enough amount of damage that we're not going to have too much problem with it. But use Earthquake and Penetration into Physical Gem and so forth, slowly killing. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I've Earthquake has crazy scaling now. Like the added physical damage to Earthquake along with the percentage that it has. I've really wanted to try Earthquake out. I think a bleed might be a good way to do it. So, Basilard, we'll take that. Might be an upgrade for us if we're lucky. Actually, let's check it out. Nope. 15% fizz damage. But yeah, it has some pretty good scaling. Unfortunately, the amount of attack speed it has is pretty minimal. Yeah, just gotta stay out of the little fire pools there. Hey, how's it going, Robert? Thanks for stopping in, dude. Going well. Going well. I finished a video, so after this stream at 7, there will be a video up. And if it's probably the video I put the most effort into in quite a while. It is a shorter one, but it's a lot more highly edited and a little better researched and scripted. I feel like I maybe could have edited it a little better, but I do think it is one of my better videos recently, at least. So hopefully you guys like that. I think it's good information too, especially for newer players, but valuable for some players who have been playing a long time but have a hard time getting an early or quick 6-link. I think it's, or solo self-founders who have a hard time getting a 6-link. There you go. That wasn't so bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and go back to town, clear out inventory here. Nope. Not so great there. Maybe we do Wake of Destruction. It's actually a downgrade in terms of movement speed, so I don't think we're gonna use that, but we'll throw it into our... There you go. We'll throw it into our unique collection right there. But yeah, it's been a pretty good day. I feel like I've been pretty productive. I have a lot more free time now, so I put a little bit of effort into getting an overlay. I hope it's not too intrusive. I don't know where I should put the chat. It kind of obscures my inventory. It's right around the area that the world chat would be normally, so yeah. Trying to get everything sussed out. Want to improve my live streams. I want to improve my content, and yeah, try to make better stuff for you guys to enjoy. And that's pretty much what my day's been like. Have you seen Forgotten Son POE meme build? Is that the... I think I have. Is he the same guy who does the infinite damage builds and that kind of stuff? I know there's one guy on YouTube that does very short videos, but they're all really interesting meme builds. And Yeah, I think I might have seen it, but I don't remember exactly what it is. Oops. Do that in the wrong stash tab. Alright, so let's go ahead and... There you go. We can get pretty close to that. And yeah, we'll pick up Blade Master. I don't know. I can post a link. You know what? You know what? I need more moderators. I only have 4 moderators. I think Robert and Matt, you're here at the right place and right time. You guys are moderators, so feel free to add to link some stuff if you want to do so. Maybe I should... I'm really hesitant to open up links for everyone because when I did that on Twitch, I would get, you know, spam links sometimes. But yeah, anybody who's a regular, I'll just add them up, and yeah, we can feel free to post away. Ah, yes. Honestly, I should be using Flesh and Stone, but I decided that I wanted to use Herald of Purity instead, but I actually think Flesh and Stone's a little better. Maim on hit is extremely valuable damage-wise. Maybe I should swap over to that. And of course the Sand Stance in Flesh and Stone is really nice defensively with the free blind. Yeah, you know what? I'll probably go pick that up. Do I have a link for it anywhere? I do not. So I would have to drop Herald of Purity, but I think the Maim is a functionally more damage setup. So I think I will go get Flesh and Stone instead. Get Berserk going, get us over where we need to be. Ooh. This chest has way too much health. There you go. Should have got the divination card too, but the war hordes are really, really nice. They usually have a lot of stuff. Okay. Well, I think for this build that's true too, although the Maim is going to be less useful when I switch to Frostblades, I guess. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to keep Herald of Purity because that'll scale with Frostblades. Yeah, that's a good point. Since... Oh, hey, an annulment. Nice. Haha. A first annulment. That'll be very cool. You know, I'll actually get to use it instead of just selling it. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up in another window really quick, but...
Salutations, Zeg.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joseph. That's what his name is. Yes, I am familiar with this build, and I actually love all of his videos. I wish he would make more videos. He does a lot of, like self-ignite meme builds. I'm a really big fan of that. Okay. Huge fan of the meme builds. I've tried a few of them in the past, some gimmicky builds, but, you know, it's hard to set them up. You got to do a lot of theory crafting, and then you have to get a very specific setup. I guess technically my most recent build is kind of a gimmicky build, but I just use it as a glacial farmer, the Soul Thirst one. But that, what he does is definitely extremely creative. And he's got a really nice voice too, so makes for some good videos. I think I've watched all of his videos, but yeah, like I said, I wish he would put out more content. OMG, it's Joseph, I believe his name is. Shout out to him if nobody's checked out his channel yet. Can I show it to the other viewers? I don't know if I'm allowed to do that on YouTube because of copyright issues. If I was on Twitch, I would definitely do that, but on YouTube, I would prefer not, just to avoid that. But yeah, people can definitely feel free to click on that link and check it out. I would highly recommend it. But as far as, yeah, I like to avoid anybody's content that isn't explicitly copyright free, basically. It's it can be tricky, and I've had videos demonetized or yellow dollar signed in the past, and I do have one copyright strike on this channel, although it was a false copyright strike, and they are bringing that or reeling that in. They're finally going to do something about false copyright strikes. You can report people or report companies for that now, and if they get a bunch, they are unable to make manual copyright strikes, which is a really big step because that is one of the most obnoxious things as a YouTuber. But yeah, YouTube's pretty strict about that kind of stuff. I know technically it can be considered transformative content if you're reacting to it, but yeah, I'm just gonna play it on the safe side for now, so sorry about that, Robert. Alright. I'm all about those meme builds, though. Ooh, that's a lot of fizz damage, and I could craft life onto that. I think we might hold on to that one. Garbage, and nope. Yeah, we definitely need some upgrades in the glove department. Glove, amulet, all of that stuff. Should get a nice big damage boost from the from that amulet though. The chunky physical damage. Oh, you know what? I forgot the skill point quest. So once I get this waypoint up here, I'll go ahead and swing back and grab that. Try to make sure we get them as we go. I'll probably have to go back for my ascendancy because I'm pretty sure I jumped over some of the trials already. Actually, maybe not. Nope, I got the prison. I'm good. There's only 3 for the second one. Ooh. Man, if you drop Warbanner and Berserk at the same time, that's some real DPS. That is some juicy, juicy deeps. Alright. Get our rage stacks up so that when we monolith here, we can get a little bit of a speed boost. That. Don't see a lot of symbols around here. And a little bit slow. We need those transmutes for now so that we can sell them for wisdom scrolls mostly. The best source of wisdom scrolls that you can realistically get. Alright. It's waypoint. Head back to... Actually, let's see. This has cold resist, cold resist. We're going to be a little bit more lacking in lightning resist, so we're going to have to see if we can pick it up somewhere. Let's see. This is 6 property. Preferably on something that I'm actually going to hold on to for a little bit. This ring's pretty decent. This ring is pretty not decent, but it's got 3 suffixes. Alright, well, we're just going to have to deal with bad lightning resist for a little bit. That's okay. Cold damage coming up, so go ahead and craft... Ooh. A very small amount of life onto this. I'm not going to re-roll that, but I guess it's better. It's not even better than the 19. Oh well. Go ahead and offload some of this stuff. May as well clear out our inventory, put a null in there, get our first piece of tier 1 currency, or a high tier currency, not exactly tier 1, but pretty close. And we are going to go to the riverways, grab ourselves a skill point. Ooh, quick stretch. Alright. And start grabbing this sword damage. Get a good amount of sword damage coming up here. Make sure we're clearing all this stuff out. Life and resist, but the rest, you can try to get extra physical as extra fire damage from jewelry, from Shaper's jewelry. Since you're going to be scaling both physical and fire damage, or converting physical to fire damage, that'll give you a nice little boost. Flat fizz damage, you'll definitely need some attack speed since Namahu's isn't particularly fast, so you're probably going to want that. Other than that, yeah, just life and resists mostly. Life, resists, and then damage with like flat physical damage on jewelries. Elemental damage with attacks is always very nice, especially you can get a decent amount of it on jewelry and that kind of thing. Oop. I didn't even have my war banner active this whole time. I must have dropped it and forgotten about it. Oh. Get out of that degen. So yeah, I would prioritize make sure you're max resistance, then go for as high life as you can get. Flat physical damage, elemental damage, and if you still have room, if you can still fit it on, physical damage is extra fire. So like the kind of stuff that you get on like this node, gain 5% physical damage is extra fire, you can grab that. Or magmatic strikes, also very good. But on gear, I think you can get that on shaped jewelry. I'm not 100% sure. I guess I could check really quick. So accessories. So what I like to use for looking up what kind of stuff you can get is POEaffix.net. If you go to like amulet and you go down to the shaped mods. Oh, it looks like you can only gain it as extra cold or extra lightning. That still wouldn't be bad though. Penetration would be good as well. Damage penetrates percentage of elemental resistance. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it looks like Elder is the percent physical as extra fire. So since you're scaling fire and physical damage, I would go for that. And potentially, so maybe look out for some Elder amulets. And I'm not sure if rings can also roll it. I don't think they can. But yeah, for rings, just like flat fizz damage, life of course, and where are you? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you can go for the melee damage, I guess, for the Elder mods. I assume you're going non-crit, right? Because, I mean, you could technically go crit, but it's a little bit hard to scale if you're also, well, as a chieftain at least. As a slayer, it's a little bit easier, but it's harder to convert all the physical damage to fire. Alright, let's go kill the big daddy crab himself. Giant crab god. Get some more attack speed. Almost have our unique incubator. Hey Skepsies! Or yeah, Skepsies. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping in, dude. Appreciate that. POE Affix's website for Legion League, I think it's updated. I'm not 100% sure. I know sometimes they don't, and you have to use poedb.com TW, I think it is. I don't know. Actually, don't use that URL. I forget what it's called. But there's a Taiwanese database. I think it's POEDB. Yeah. So just Google POEDB, and that'll be a good way to get it set up. Yeah, everything's going good. How do you like my new stream overlay? And how are you doing tonight? Oh, well, you said everything's good, so... But yeah, let me know. I got a new stream overlay. I got the transparent chat. If it's a little bit too intrusive, I'd like to know that as well, because we are currently working to make it a more pleasant viewing experience for you guys. And other than that, just chilling, doing some solo self-found Legion. Leveling as Cyclone just because it's very, very easy skill to level with, but then I'll switch to Frostblades later on, probably crit sword Frostblades with the dual rapiers. I should probably pay attention to what's going on here. Slayer? Okay. Yeah, Slayer is my favorite ascendancy. It's just very, very convenient. You don't have to worry about reflect, which is actually the biggest reason, at least physical reflect. If you're doing a elemental conversion, may as well grab this hideout while I'm here. Don't have that. Grab myself the coral hideout. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Slayer. Really nice for crit builds. Great for AoE, which is Cyclone. Basically, it's my favorite Cycloner overall, but I do think Gladiator has, or Berserker specifically, has some advantages. Gladiator can be nice too if you're going for pure Impale damage. The potential for Impale is extremely high. It's functionally another more multiplier. It's very easy to get capped out 100% Impale chance, and with Gladiator and a good Watcher's Eye, I'm pretty sure you can get 9 impales, which is just an absolutely insane amount of impales with the impale effect that you can scale up. So very, very strong. But Berserker is really good at the zoom. Have I not cleared it yet? I must have missed something. Am I blind? Ah. I am indeed blind. Alright, got ourselves the coral hideout. I actually like the coral hideout. Maybe I'll use it. You know what? Coastal, desert. Where's the coral hideout? Here it is. Yeah. We're gonna go for a coral. Are you gonna take me back? Man, are you kidding me? Alright, well, I guess because I selected a hideout, I'm gonna have to go back and walk through. Good stuff. Good stuff all around. Mistakes were made. So I learned a valuable lesson. If you choose a hideout, it'll take you to your hideout, and you won't have a... Well, maybe there is a way, and I just don't know what it is, but... Yep. That is the way of things. Alrighty. Well... Looks like the way will be down here. Have you got the Solaris and Lunaris? I don't think so. Honestly, I'm not very good at hideout collecting. I usually ignore them because I don't do a lot. You may have noticed from my hideout that I do very, very little hideout decoration. I don't really think too much about my hideout. Whenever I put it together, I just throw like Xana next to my stash and next to my map device, and kind of forget about the rest of my hideout. So in theory I should be doing more. Hey, worm sign, not too bad. True. Yeah, the Marauder side of the tree is looking pretty good right now. I mean, it's in probably the best it's been since they nerfed life nodes all those years ago. So, you know, back in the day when life nodes were like 7% instead of 4 or 5%. The good old days, as it were. I wouldn't say that. I would say we're living in the good old days now. I think it is the best time to be a PoE player currently. Could be wrong, but yeah, the Marauder area of the tree feels fantastic right now. Lots and lots and lots of good stuff. Oh, got that one. Looks like I'm not going to make it anymore. Got to get some more movement speed. Even with all of my rage, I am very, very slow. In fact, I should be picking up boots. Ooh, stack deck. Could be juicy. The stack decks are pretty solid in this league. I mean, you can get a lot of different kinds of divination cards you've never gotten before, which is cool. I'm really excited to actually not sell my Marikath emblems once I get to max level, and to actually try out a 5 emblem fight without having to worry about, you know, whether or not I have a headhunter. It probably won't be very valuable, but maybe we can make the Frostblades work on the solo self-bound. But that'll make it way more fun. I feel like because the Marikath emblems are like 145 chaos, I feel like I have to sell them in the Trade League, which is one of the things that was kind of dragging me out of Trade League. Kind of killing my buzz. I could. Maybe. If I get a Void, and then I get a Headhunter from the Void, that would be, that'd be something. Hey. It is a very unlikely possibility, but it is a possibility. That would make for quite the stream highlight, I think. Go. Totem, kill those guys. I don't have any range, and I don't want to get off this thing. Wait, what am I getting knockback from? I was just knocking that guy back. But yeah, technically stacked deck could be a headhunter. Very, very, very small chance. What a legend. Hey, if I get a headhunter in solo self-found, I'll be sitting pretty. I'll be sitting pretty for all of my emblem fights. Also, I probably won't go back to Trade League at that point. What would be the point? There you go. Gotta level up on Cyclone. Get that extra deeps. 14k, not too bad for level 51 on a 4-link. Maybe I should pick up that 4-link Ancient Gauntlet. Just see if I can craft something. Don't have very good gloves at the moment. Might be able to toss an essence on there or something. Get how slow is the chat box? I mean, it looks like it's going normal speed on my end because my how slow is the chat box thing popped up right after you said it, but might be lagging on your guys' end. I don't really have. I guess I could pull up the stream and take a look at it. Yeah, it looks fine to me. It looks okay. I might be reading it a little bit slower than it's coming up for sure, but slowed down almost 5 minutes? Man, let me see if I can fix that. Man. Is there anything I can do? I mean, I have a chat filter over it. And that's what do I have my latency set on? Stream options. Okay. I have low latency set up. Alright, well, I guess I'll try to fix that before my next stream because I'm not really sure what I can do at the moment, sadly. But yeah, I'll see if I can figure out what the problem is. Worm sign, it has 64 life on it. Doesn't really have anything else that I can use. Yeah, I'm just gonna head back to town for a little bit and see if I can craft these gauntlets. We'll just see if we can throw some life on them. Got life. Nothing else impressive. Maybe we can do a hybrid fire and lightning resist. I don't know if I actually have those crafts yet, but we can give it a shot. Alright. Fire and light. Cool. Get this and Berserk. Actually, let's see. We can take Ancestral Protector, put it with the melee physical, and Pulverize, and sure, Elemental. It's not going to be a whole lot of elemental damage, but we got to level that up anyway, and that'll free up some things. Okay, cool. And we will toss these in our uniques. Sell our junk here. And we will go kill the Brine King. Yeah. One of these days I'll get all of the streaming kinks worked out. It seems like every time there's something that breaks. Alright. This. Open the box, see what's inside. Whetstone. Cool. Alright. It's an hour and 15 minutes away from my cat's time to be fed, so he's probably going to be jumping up on everything, and Jessica's not here to keep him in line, so if the sound box, or if the sound suddenly goes off, it's because my cat jumped on my sound, my mixer, which would be unfortunate. Toby. Probably should have just closed the door, but... Hey, my first 6 socket. And now that 6 sockets can start dropping, I should start carrying around a Vol Orb with me. Or some Vol Orbs with me. I don't know if I actually have any Vol Orbs yet, but... so I can start voling black armor's strong boxes when I run into them. Drop the banner. Rage stacks. Can still get rage even when he's technically undamageable at the end there. In case you didn't know. It's a useful little technique. It's on YouTube's end. I bet you there's some fast and some slow. Okay. Yeah, that might be the case. Might just be YouTube. That's happened. Yeah, I'll see if it's anything on my end that I can actually affect, and if so, I will attempt to fix it. And if not, well, hopefully it'll fix itself, I guess. Alright, not too bad. And off we are to Act 7. Guess we'll do the reduced fire damage taken. Toby! Alright. As predicted, cat's jumping up on stuff. Alright. Get out of here, Toby. Fun. Nope. Alright. Well. There will be much meowing. I apologize. Actually, you know what? No, there won't. I'm gonna go ahead and lock him outside of the room until Jessica gets back. I will be right back. Alrighty. Cat problem solved. Alright. Let's go. Oops. I keep habit. I usually have blood rage on the W key on my other characters, so I keep pressing it and dropping my war banner right at the beginning of the zone. I really need to pick up blood rage. I'm not sure. I do have a slot for it. I should go grab blood rage ASAP. I'll just go do that next waypoint before I forget. See if we can get a super early 6 link on this character. And we're a bit over leveled, so I'm just gonna ignore most of the things that aren't blue mobs or legions or rares. Yeah, YouTube has it does stuff like that sometimes, sadly. You know, I'd switch to Twitch, but I like keeping the I like having everything kind of consolidated into one platform so I don't have to worry too much. If I could host videos on Twitch and have them monetized, then I would definitely do that, but sadly that is not the case. So I'll just stream here for now. Alright. Go back to Act 6. Grab myself a blood rage. Could probably go grab a leveled one, but I don't remember exactly where to get it, so Lily Roth it is. Blood. Put that here. I think I'll put that there. Blood rage there. There you go. Fixed. Go grab the map. Really bad at keeping my flasks up. I have a silver flask, but I almost never have it up. Tunes are always overleveled, can't stop killing mobs. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just, you know, kill everything until I notice that I'm overleveled, and then I try to skip ahead. But it is a little bit hard to keep track of most of it. Sometimes you just, you know, you just want to kill everything. Yeah, it depends how serious I'm being. Like, in the beginning of a league, when I'm a lot more serious and I want to compete with people, then I really go. Are you on another site or just YouTube? I am on patreon.com/BehindEyesGaming. No, I do have a Twitch account, but I don't actually actively stream on it anymore because, yeah, mainly I just want to consolidate. it's very convenient to have everything set up in one area, you know? I don't like to overcomplicate things. Yeah, we're definitely falling off damage-wise. Even with all of our buffs, we are not doing so great a damage here. Not so bad once we pop our Berserk if we have a lot of rage stacks, but outside of that, not so good. I guess we upgraded that most recently. Not very good amulet, but at least it has some fizz damage on it, so... Oh yeah, speaking of damage though, this is gonna help. Boom. Blade Master. Alright, I don't know, I think I might start heading towards... we probably have enough damage for now. I think I might head towards the dual-wield crit nodes, and ooh, ouch. And the sword nodes over to the in between the ranger and the duelist for now, and that'll give us a little bit of extra damage, and then I can start scaling into crit. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna get for my second ascendancy. I might get the crit nodes just because it's a lot of flat physical damage and it'll make up. I also might just get the 40% more damage done and 10% more damage taken. Alright, got ourselves a map, got ourselves a bleeding to death. And we'll get the map taken care of. This is kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass as far as the amount of bleeds in the Malagaro's map. Really, really obnoxious. A lot of mods or a lot of mobs have bleed, and if you don't have any kind of bleed removal, it can be really annoying when you're leveling through there, especially on a melee character. It's a little bit better in a ranged character because you can take care of everything from a distance, but yeah, it's not so great for this kind of character. Hopefully I'll be able to out-leech and out-heal and won't just kind of stop paying attention and bleed to death. It's usually a bad move. Generally speaking, bleeding to death in pretty much any kind of circumstance, real life or in a video game, not so great, you know? I prefer to avoid it in every circumstance that I can. There aren't even any symbols here, so I'm not gonna bother killing those Legion mobs back there. Feels like a little bit of a waste. Get the crafting bench, drop the map. Go kill Malagaro. I think we should probably have enough life where we won't just be gibbed by bleeding, but you never really know. Yeah, these guys with their little stingers. They're the bleedy boys. Super not fun. See if we can just get through this zone as quick as possible without having to deal with too many of them. I'm gonna do the Legion. Yeah. Oh, I'm just talking, man. I mean, I'm streaming. Sometimes I just need to talk, even if there's no one to talk to, because, well, that is the way it is. Can you imagine going into a stream and there's a guy just sitting there completely silent? Boy. That doesn't sound great. So, yeah, I just talk about what I'm doing, how life is, you know. Do I have a flask with bleed removal? I do not. Generally, I don't bother really rolling my flasks. I do pick up rare flasks sometimes, but I don't bother actually rolling them until the end game. Especially, I just like to save my alterations. It can be... once you get into beast crafting, it's very easy. But yeah, having them for this, I'm like, I can probably survive. If I was playing hardcore, 100% I would be rolling a bleed removal flask before this. 100%. But in terms of softcore, yeah, I'm talking. I'm always talking. That after a couple hours, my voice gets tired. I don't understand how people stream for like 12 hours. Maybe they do kind of just keep quiet until people ask them questions. I've never been one to watch like 12-hour streams, so I don't really understand how it's done. I'm always kind of in awe of the kind of people that can do that, though. One down, 2 to go. Get our rage going, and then we can drop our banner for the final form. Oh, always forget about that. And he is dead. Probably pick up a mono flask. Hey, look at that! Sanctified. Perfect timing, right, guys? Absolutely perfect. Couldn't be better. Get ourselves a bleed removal flask. Ooh. Right. I thought that was a portal on the ground for some reason, so I kept clicking on it. All right. Moving on. Onward, upwards. Yeah, we'll definitely beat this act for this stream. Hey. Got Steve in the Discord. Yeah, I'm trying to rekindle my Magic the Gathering thing. So my current plan, now that I have a lot more free time, is to... I'm gonna try nightly streaming for a week on this channel. And I'm gonna continue to try to do a video every other day on this channel. And then I'm also going to try to do a weekly Magic the Gathering video on my other channel. So we'll see how that works. It might be a lot, especially considering I'm going to try to increase the amount of editing I do in my videos. We'll see how much of an impact that has. I feel like if I don't get a lot more views and it doesn't get a better reception, then it might not be worth getting all the extra effort, because, you know, it's a difference between my videos taking like 2 hours. Hey! Groovy Pants Gus says anal. I don't know if I'm going to allow that. I don't know if you're a troll. I'm just gonna let that slide by. Can't see that. And yeah, because if the first thing you say is something that, I mean, it's not particularly invasive or offensive in any way, but it's a little bit sketchy, so I'm just gonna leave that in automatically removed. Hey, thanks, Robert. Appreciate that, dude. There you go. Yeah, Jessica, this is the first time Jessica... Well, not the first time. The first time in a long time Jessica hasn't been around to moderate for me, so it's a good thing we got a couple of other moderators. And my old moderators from my other channel are also not in here this evening. So we are a little bit short on that. What's the name of my other channel? Well, you're going to... It is Behind Eyes Gaming as well. But it is without any spaces in it. So I wanted to make this a channel with kind of the same brand, but for just general gaming stuff. But I started making POE videos and they kind of stuck, so I just made it into a POE channel. So the actual official URL of this channel is BEGPOE, I believe. So if you go to www.youtube.com /BEGPOE, you'll get that. Or you'll get this channel, but the other one is youtube.com /BehindEyesGaming. All one word, no spaces. And yeah, I did that for a couple of years, have like 800 and some videos on it. But I didn't really see a future for Magic the Gathering content, and I'll see if I can. I'm thinking of it now more as a possible supplemental type thing rather than a main source of views / income, because the thing about the Magic the Gathering community is they're small, but they're very passionate. There was a time when I was making like $200 a month off my Patreon for Magic the Gathering, even though my actual ad revenue was a very, very small amount during the peak. So yeah, my ad revenue comparatively between the PoE channel and the Magic the Gathering channel, it's never been even close. But in terms of the amount of very passionate patrons and stuff I had a lot of them, and I felt bad but making the decision to get away from Magic the Gathering. But first of all, I stopped enjoying it as much just because the format constantly shifted. But second of all, it feels like it's a little bit of a dying game compared to PoE, which is in my mind a rising game. I think PoE has a very bright future ahead of it, whereas Magic, I feel like Wizards is making a lot of weird decisions, like printing very low quality products, that kind of thing. Not bringing Magic the Gathering Arena to mobile, I think, was a huge mistake. That kind of thing. Pass the Salt. Been watching ever since. Great work, man. Great commentary and explanations of the game. Much appreciated. Hey, thanks for watching, Pass the Salt. Appreciate that, dude. I'm glad. I've been on a 24-hour stream. Boy. Yeah, I think you would have to be pretty quiet if you were on a 24-hour stream, to be honest. I know for a fact I wouldn't have the fortitude. My throat would give out at... I did a 3-hour stream one time. Actually, I did a 6-hour stream for the launch of a new Magic the Gathering set one time, and it required a lot of alcohol, but my throat was wrecked by the end of it. Hey, Steven, how's it going, dude? Ryan gets sleepy after an hour? Yeah. Actually, I've been going about an hour. I want to be able to do 3-hour streams at some point. I'm trying to gradually increase my ability to do it. I feel like alcohol helps, but then, I get a little bit crazy. So maybe that's not the best way to do it. Yeah, I did that 6-hour stream the one time. It was really fun, but it was an absolute nightmare in terms of how exhausted I felt by the end of it. So, probably not going to do anything like that anytime soon. Take turns? Oh, yeah. If I could take turns streaming, I have my girlfriend. She used to stream Magic the Gathering for me once a week because I would do daily content, and she would do just like jank decks for Magic the Gathering. And she was really popular. I know the wall really liked her content. She had her own niche fan group, at least. Doing well with the blue deck? Yeah. Oh yeah, the coupon codes for the packs. I definitely need those. If you could send those to me in the Discord, I would really appreciate that, dude. Because I'll probably play a little bit more Magic tonight. I played for about 2 hours this morning. I'm going to try to play like 2 to 3 hours of Magic a day, spend about 5 or 6 hours making videos a day, and then stream for 2 hours a day. So I'm going to have a pretty full schedule, but I'm going to, try to keep it as loaded as I can. Yeah. Yeah, I find that my drunk streams they're usually pretty fun. It depends how much I drink, if I'm going to be completely honest. Wait, did I not click the waypoint in the Chamber of Sins? Wow. All right, well, here we go. Here we go. I am not always the smartest man. Let's put it that way. Hey, thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Nice. Congratulations, Robert. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. I had a little bit of a problem when I was younger, but I feel like I have it in control. I went to a big party this weekend, and I managed to pace myself really well. And I was really proud of how I maintained the balance of, partying, but not overdoing it. And I think I've gotten a lot better at that. Again, it's definitely a skill that takes some work, and some people just, are kind of all or nothing on that, and for that it makes way more sense to just, be sober entirely, 100%. But yeah, congratulations, dude. That's really cool. Do you have it linked to your Discord currently, just to keep it so that I guess to keep it so that there's some sort of barrier to entry, so I don't have a lot of trolls, because I've had people try to troll me in the past, or a lot of negative people. I currently only allow my Discord for patrons and for channel membership. So if you hit the join button for $5 a month, you can do it. Or if you want to be a patron for $1 a month for 1 month only, you'll get a lifetime membership to the Discord channel. But yeah, I basically have that as kind of a barrier to entry, so I don't have people just coming in and trying to troll, because that can be a really big problem, unfortunately. I think I'm gonna go ahead and forlink this really quick. I don't know why I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna attempt to forlink this armor and see if I can get that going. But yeah, I don't have a public Discord at the moment, just because, yeah, it's a little problematic. See if we can get, hey, 1 chrome. That's really lucky, man. Nice. 1 chrome. I'd like to be able to give it out for free, but there's a decent amount of trolls in the POE community, sadly. So, but we have a nice cultivated community. If you want to join us, I would really appreciate your patronage. And if not, I'll be here every night, hopefully, at least for the foreseeable future. Take a death claw on in a fist fight. Doesn't end well. Actually, if you take enough psycho, if you just pop all of your chems, you can definitely take a death claw on in a fist fight at level 4. So I once uppercutted a death claw, and that was outside of the power armor. Uppercutted it right into the stratosphere. I'm pretty sure it was a bug, but it was really cool. It was on the Xbox version of Fallout 4. Got a much better body armor now, much higher life. Yeah, I've toyed around with the idea of having an open Discord server that I can just heavily moderate, which I might do as well. And then having a patrons only Discord, but yeah, it feels a little bit redundant. You still have your Xbox? I do not. I never had an Xbox. I just used my brother's Xbox when I was living with him. And but I play Fallout 4 on the PC every once in a while. So I haven't played it in a bit, but I am definitely a fan of Fallout 4. The Fallout games in general, outside of Fallout 76, which is just way too buggy. way too buggy. But yeah, I'm pretty much primarily a PC gamer. The only console I have is my girlfriend has a Super Nintendo and a GameCube, which we have hooked up to our TV, which I never play. I really want to play Wind Waker, because I've only played through Wind Waker once, and it's been since I was 13 or 14 years old, something like that. Maybe 15, but I was a teenager. Some point in my teenage years, I played Wind Waker, and I haven't played it since. So we also have Ocarina of Time for the GameCube, which would be a lot of fun to play. So yeah, I'll get around to that at some point. I played through Ocarina of Time like 50 times, so it's not like that's a big one. So what I like to do here is I actually like to go grab the Dread Thicket right away. Hey, cool. Well, see you in a minute then, Skepsy. Alright. I suppose we should still should probably pick up every kind of boots. Actually, it might be too hard to get the links, so maybe I won't. I don't want to bother having to waste a lot of chromes, and we do need certain setups here. But yeah, let's go ahead and tackle this abyss while we're here. Alrighty. Possibly get ourselves a murderous eye jewel, and we can craft that. Oh man, the best part of this is crafting. We're gonna get to craft jewels and not have to worry about selling any ones that are halfway decent for the profit because it's a waste. We can just custom make whichever ones we want. Still going Frostblades? Yes. I plan on switching to Frostblades probably around the time I get a 5-link, or maybe when I get my crit or a high enough crit chance in my 3rd Ascendancy. But yeah, probably somewhere around Act 10, I would say. You bought your first Xbox last December? Yeah. I mean, I have an Xbox 360 controller that I hook up for gaming on my PC, because sometimes I actually like playing with the controller. I think the Xbox controller, especially the 360 controller, is one of the best. It's the most comfortable gaming device, I think, even more comfortable than the keyboard, just because I can sit back. I have a chair back there I can sit on that you probably can't see because it's out of camera shot, but it's really nice to be able to hook that up and, you know, pick up. Ooh, Bestiary Scare. Nice. Like play The Witcher 3 or Fallout 4 or something on the actual controller. Do you know that card set Modern Horizons? I have not seen. I haven't been on Twitter much. Normally when I'm on Twitter, because I'm following so many Magic people, I see all of the spoilers for all the sets, but I haven't been on Twitter very recently, so I haven't been going on very often. I do have a Twitter for anybody who wants to follow that. It's Behind Eyes Gamin', not gaming, because the G didn't fit. So if you guys, and you could probably find it on my profile, and feel free to follow me if you want. I'll probably try to post there more often once I want to kind of take this one step at a time, because it's all, you know, getting back into it. Skip standard, new cards. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm familiar with how Modern Horizons works, if that's what you meant. Okay, yeah, for sure, dude. Ooh, Armor's Strongbox. Okay, so I'm going to quick port back to town, and I'm going to show you guys what I like to do, potentially. Not in survival. Survival is the only way to play the game. I mean, I play it on survival most of the time. Just kind of depends. Like, I usually play Fallout 4 in a higher difficulty level, either survival or very hard usually. The reason I like to play it on those difficulties is mostly due to the higher drop rate of the unique items or whatever they are. So, but yeah, I do play on that mode most of the time. I rarely ever play on low difficulties in games just because, you know, I like the challenge. But I do on occasion. Well, let's go ahead and drop our Scarab off. Okay, so I'm going to take a Vol Orb, stack of Alterations, and take some Augments as well. And what I like to do, starting in roughly this act, is I like to personally, whenever I run into an Armorer's Strongbox, I will go ahead and try to roll it. So contained items have 2 additional sockets. That's pretty much good enough. And I like to vol Armorer's Strongboxes because there's a chance that you can get a corrupted 6th link. It's not that high of a chance, but it's like per body armor that drops, it's like a 1 in 144 chance. But the prospect of getting a 6th link early on, and I actually talked about this in my video that is launching in about 40 minutes. Hey, Rickaroni. The way I came upon the name Behind Eyes Gaming is actually, it's a reference to a sci-fi novel. I'm a big sci-fi fan. I met my girlfriend actually talking about sci-fi novels and horror movies. We're both very big fans of those two things. And my favorite sci-fi author is Orson Scott Card. And my favorite novel by Orson Scott Card is called The Worthing Saga. And in the Worthing Saga, one of the abilities that the character has is to read people's minds by seeing behind their eyes. I also used to pride myself when I was a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player and competitive poker player later on for my ability to read people, and so I thought it was kind of thematic, and so thus Behind Eyes Gaming. It kind of refers to being able to see the thought process behind things, I guess. If you an open Discord and need a moderator, I can do that. Have pretty much 24/7, so let you know. Okay, yeah, if I decide to do that, I'll weigh the options, because yeah, it would be functionally impossible for me to moderate that given the stuff I have to do currently, but I will definitely consider it. I've been thinking about it for a while, having kind of a separate Discord, one for more just casual, but I think at that point, what's the point of having a patron only one? And that might be true too. If I don't pick up a lot of new patrons, maybe I just do that and have that. And I'll have to think up new incentives for Patreon rewards. Saw something about cheating Yu-Gi-Oh! Speedrunner. Yeah, I actually saw that. Wasn't that for Eternal Memories? I'm pretty sure I had seen that as well. And I think I know which streamer you're talking about, but I don't remember his name exactly. I think I'd watched some of his speedruns in the past. I do watch a decent amount of speedruns, every once in a while at least, for games that I'm interested in. And yeah. I used to play the old PlayStation Yu-Gi-Oh! Game back in the day with my cousin Jake, so I am vaguely familiar with the guy you're talking about, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I used to be a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and I qualified for nationals 6 years. I had 14 or so regional tops. I won a few regionals. I performed very, very well. I had a team, made some of the best friends I've ever had, many of which I'm still close friends with today. Some of which were at my brother's wedding as groomsmen. So yeah, have a lot of good memories from Yu-Gi-Oh. Better than your 3 Pro Tour Magic. Nice, man. Yeah, it's pretty comparable, I would say. I feel like the average, it depends which year. It used to be that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals was like a much bigger deal, but they really loosened the qualifications of it, so it was like top 32 of a regionals, and when there's only 100 people at a regionals and 32 of them get nationals invites, it's not really that big of a deal. But it used to be only top 4 player of each regionals would qualify, so those were the years it was a lot more impressive. But yeah, later on they really loosened it up, but I qualified during those years and did quite well. My Magic credentials are strictly online. I ran a Magic the Gathering channel that had over 3,000 subscribers and over 800 videos, which doesn't seem that impressive compared to my like 80 videos and over 4,000 subscribers that I have on my POE channel. But I guess POE is probably a bigger game overall, so no. Hey, back to POE. Welcome back, Skepsy. Appreciate you stopping back. Hope you have an awesome dinner. What you having? I had a I got for $1.50 a pound. I got these giant pork rib roasts. They're like boneless pork rib roasts, and they are so delicious and so tender. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make kind of like a mixture between. I've already just cooked them as a roast and just kind of shredded them up and put them on a spinach salad and with some olive oil and that kind of thing. But what I plan on doing is I plan on making some taco concoction later on where I shred it up, put them up with some taco seasoning, and then put in some pepper jack cheese, jalapenos, onions, peppers, that kind of thing. And yeah, basically making a taco melt. Sounds really good. Hey, chicken stir fry. Nice. Nice. I really like cooking, honestly. Yeah, I slow cook them. I don't always slow cook them in the slow cooker. What I'll do sometimes is I'll put them on for a couple hours and on 275 degrees in the oven in a glass casserole bowl, and it usually gets really tender that way too. But I do have a slow cooker. I'm just sometimes a little lazy about cleaning it. So yeah, sometimes I just go for the casserole bowl instead. But yeah, I plan on slow cooking it and getting it nice and making that taco melt type thing. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Slow cookers are amazing. I love them. Although better than my slow cooker is my air fryer. I think the air fryer is the single best cooking utensil. I usually ignore Alva, by the way, until maps because I feel like the rewards aren't good enough during the leveling process to really justify doing temples. So I just kind of ignore Alva. I could run the incursions and leave it, but then I'd have to deal with it later. Do I support myself fully? Some months I make enough to support myself fully, and some months I don't. In both Magic and Path of Exile, the interest is on a 3-month cycle. So like when new leagues come out, I make a bulk of my money, and then it falls off a lot later on. So I've been constantly having to go get a job again and then trying to do full-time YouTube. I'm hoping to get to the point where even the low months are enough to support myself, but I haven't reached that point yet. But what I do is I go to work, I save up enough money, and then I try to do full-time YouTube again. Love the temples, can't stay away from it. Yeah, I mean, you can get some really good leveling items. I wouldn't blame anyone for wanting to do that, but I prefer to just wait until I get into maps, personally. Yeah, I currently no longer have a 9-to-5. I recently quit my 9-to-5. I have a little bit of savings, and I made more than enough money last month from this channel, from ad revenue, to pay off all of my bills and pay for food and whatnot. But this month it's not even going to be close. So I'm either going to that's why I'm kind of redoubling my efforts, pulling on the stream. I'm hoping, maybe get my Patreon going again, get maybe some super chats, maybe get some channel memberships, get some help. And if not, I'll go back to work. I'll try again. My channel grows once every couple of months. So during that time, I usually see a good amount of growth. And yeah, any luck with Twitch? I tried doing Twitch for a while, but it was growing a little bit too slowly. Also, when I tried Twitch, I had been streaming on YouTube, and I had gotten used to having a good amount of subscribers or a good amount of people in my chat. And when I went onto Twitch, a lot of the people didn't follow me over because they knew me on YouTube, and so I ended up. It was just a little boring. Without a lot of people in chat, it's boring. You end up talking to yourself. I really enjoy doing that. It's always awesome to catch you live. I really enjoy watching your videos, even though I don't play POE much. Hope you find great success. Thank you for the content you put out. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I appreciate you watching. All your support really helps me out. So, speaking of, for those of you who didn't hear earlier when I said, at 7 o'clock, shortly after I am finished with this stream, or yeah, I'll probably stop streaming at about 6:50, or basically whenever we beat this act. And I'll be putting out a new video. It is a higher effort video. I'd like your guys' input on that. I went for a more scripted and edited approach. It is a little bit shorter, but I think the information in it is very useful to all PoE players. So yeah, I'd like you guys to check that out. Watch it, like it, share it if you think it is deserving of that. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, most importantly. If you don't want to leave a comment and let me know, you guys can just let me know what you think tomorrow. And if it is something that performs a little bit better and people are more interested in, then I will do higher effort stuff in the future. And I'll probably continue doing more refined edited videos. And if not, well, I'll just kind of go back to doing my more fly by the seat of the pants generic type stuff. But oh man, there's so much damage on that, but I'm scaling physical damage. Is it allowed to simulcast for both? Yes, but they have kind of different rules, and I don't know if I have enough internet bandwidth to stream to both. My upload speed is like 5 megs, I think, so I don't think it would be possible for me to stream both at the same time, but I don't know, I'll look into it. It's possible. If I could do both, I might be able to grow an audience on Twitch, get some Twitch Prime subs maybe, and then also grow an audience on YouTube at the same time. So that is a possibility. Maybe, just maybe, I'll stream both. We shall see. But yeah, the 5 meg upload speed might limit that, because sometimes I get a little bit of lag even just streaming to YouTube or just streaming to Twitch. So, alright. Gonna go finish up this act and then call it a night. Go watch a little bit of Netflix, cook some food. I finished finally catching up on The Walking Dead, which I dropped because season 7 was so disjointed, and hopefully the next season will come up, because I think the second half of the 8th season was actually pretty decent, honestly. So catch up on that, make some food, find something else to watch on Netflix, maybe some anime. Hey, thank you. Seems like Twitch has much more streaming traffic than YouTube. True. But I do get extra traffic from the replays being uploaded. I mean, what I could do is have it automatically upload from Twitch to YouTube, but the benefit of streaming from YouTube and having it uploaded is that I can pre-tag it, pre-upload a thumbnail, that kind of thing. Whereas it's a little bit harder to do on Twitch. It's harder to get that set up. So it's just very convenient to have everything set up on YouTube. But what I'm going to do at the moment, stopped watching Walking Dead after the baseball bat scene. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like the cliffhanger was a little overly, I felt cheated by the cliffhanger. I mean, I've read the comics, so I know everything that happens, or for the most part, there's obviously a lot of changes in the show, but I knew that scene was coming up, and I didn't like the way that they kind of held it over your head as like a mid-season thing, and it really turned me off, and I felt like the following season was weak, even though the character involved in that scene is one of my favorite villains of all time in the comic books. I felt like even though the actor they have playing him in the show is great, I felt like the writing in the first bit involving him wasn't so good. That's fair. Some people are really bored by it. I really enjoy the zombie genre and the post-apocalypse genre. I was gonna say that, you know, maybe it's less boring to me. To be honest, my favorite zombie film, a lot of people consider boring. It's 28 Days Later. I don't really understand how they find it boring, but I've been told every time I show it to somebody, they tell me that they are not a huge fan of it. Hey, well, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in, Robert. Appreciate that, dude. I'll be back the same time tomorrow, and you can catch the last bit of the stream on replay if you want to do that. If not, yeah, I'll be just slightly farther than I am today. So, yeah, I really love 28 Days Later. It's by far my favorite zombie film. I also like, Night of the Living Dead and Day of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead, and the remake even. I really like the mall zombie genre. There was a game for Xbox 360. I think it's, I can never remember what it was, but it was a mall zombie game, and it was so much fun. Oh yeah, I heard there was a Magic the Gathering movie coming to Netflix. I'll definitely be watching that. 100% guaranteed. So I will tell you what I think of that when I watch that. Anybody got any, let's see. Actually, I was gonna ask for recommendations, but I feel like I'll probably just go through and watch stuff. I feel bad when people recommend things to me and then I tell them that I don't like it. So I'm a little hesitant to ask for recommendations for people that, other than my buddies I grew up with, where I don't feel bad about telling them that they have shit taste type thing. So, I feel super bad when somebody recommends something to me and I tell them that I don't like it. The Rain. I actually intended on watching that anyway, so I'll probably give that a shot because I'm looking for a long-running series type thing, and preferably something that is either sci-fi, post-apocalyptic, horror. I love horror. Any combination of these. I really like... I'm hoping Altered Carbon Season 2 comes out soon. I really enjoyed that one as well. The Ozark. I've heard Ozark is really good. My brother loves that. So, and I love Jason Bateman. I'll watch anything anyone from Arrested Development is on because Arrested Development is one of my favorite comedies of all time. So, yeah, that gets a big one up on me. Jason Bateman being in it is a good enough reason for me to watch it, generally speaking. Yeah. I like when comedy actors, the same thing happened with, what's his name? Bryan Cranston going on to be a serious actor after playing a comedy actor in Malcolm in the Middle. It's always good to see that kind of range on an actor. All right, well, I think I'm going to call it good. Tomorrow I'm going to get into town. I'm going to try to craft a new weapon if I can. Or 2 new weapons if I can, because it's been a long time since we've upgraded our weapon. Damage is starting to fall off. It's not too bad because of the level of Cyclone, but yeah. Oh man, it's only been an hour and 38 minutes. I thought I streamed a little bit longer than that, but yeah, this is a good stopping point anyway. So I'm just gonna call it a night while I'm still fresh and while I still feel good, instead of pushing it until I don't anymore. You think they're going to extend Legion? I guarantee you that Legion gets added to core. I can functionally guarantee that. But yeah, any last questions? You know what? I'll just sit around and chat with you guys for a little while. Legion the show. Legion the show is incredible. It's one of the best television shows I've ever seen. Right up there recently has been Dark, but I love Legion. Definitely the best superhero show, hands down. Better than most superhero films. I don't know. I just love it. It suits my style. Me and Jessica adore that show. Absolutely adore. In terms of the League, yeah, I think they're going to add that to the core for sure. Yeah, the league. This is Steven is called Legion. This league, so there's going to be a little bit of a confusion. But anybody who hasn't watched FX's Legion and likes weird, artistic, trippy superhero shows about blatantly overpowered superheroes. Anybody unfamiliar with Legion? He is Charles Xavier's son in the X-Men comics, and I guess that's technically kind of a spoiler for the show, but not really. And he is insanely powerful in the comics, and I was really hesitant to see what they were going to do in the show. But it is fantastic. It is so well done. The camera work and directing is better than most films. Oh, so good. So good. Oh yeah, I heard What We Do in the Shadows is going to get a... Oh, it actually has its series out now? I love that film. That film is really great. It's so funny. And I heard they had come out with the series. So I'm going to definitely check that out. Fargo? Love that stuff. Basically, favorite Psychic God battle. Oh, the best Psychic God battle is last episode, Legion, Season 2. One of the best episodes of television, period, in my opinion. So, but I'm out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Feels like they should extend Legion or do a 3-month flashback. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that they should do a cleanup league type thing. Because there are so many technical issues still. But I think they're going to keep pushing out their mechanics because they have to hit 4.0 very strong. All right. I better drop off now. It's been great. Have a wonderful evening, guys. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming. Don't forget to watch out for my video that comes out in 19 minutes. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye.